Hey y'all, it's Lauren, and today I'm going to be talking about mine and Jacob's wedding and what all went on and what led up to it and what all it took to actually make it happen. So, yeah, if you're ready to hear what I have to say, then just keep watching. Okay, so Jacob and I got engaged January 15th, 2016, which is last year, which is so weird to say. It's already 2017, crazy. But and a few months later, he went off to basic training, which was kind of hard, but we knew that no matter what, we would be there for one another and support each other no matter if it was distance or not, because literally it's temporary. And that's what you have to think about when you're going through a time like that, because I mean, honestly, all I had was God and my family, because I didn't really have any friends, because friends are hard to find, okay? True, honest people that will not talk bad about you behind your back are so hard to find. So I didn't really have anybody besides my family, Jacob's family, and God. Like, that's all I needed, to be honest. I mean, I had Jacob, obviously, but all I could do was write him, and I can't remember. I think I got like one call a week, or maybe, yeah, not even twice a week, maybe. Yeah. So it wasn't really that fun. But writing him and letting him know what I did that day, or telling him my thoughts and my feelings, and that I missed him and loved him no matter what, was so fun to me, because I knew that he would read it and be happy in the end. And when I received letters from him, it was the best thing ever. I would be so excited, and whenever he'd call me, whenever he did get to call me, I would just cry, and I was so thankful, because when you love someone so unconditionally and they go off, you realize that much more how much you truly love them, because they're not there anymore. Like, they just went off for a very long time. I mean, like, it was like 51 days or so, something like that. And then after that, after basic, Jacob transitioned into tech school, which was like 100 and something days, which is a pretty long time. So throughout this time, I only got to see him 3 days. I went with his family to Texas, and I saw him for 3 days. It went by so fast. It was so fun though, and I learned a lot even being there. Like, when your man is in his uniform, you cannot hold his hand. You cannot be all lovey-dovey, all kissy, smoochy, PDA. You can't do that. He can't eat and walk. Like, it's just so many things I did not know about, and which I totally get. Like, it's respectful not to do PDA when you're in your uniform, because that's a big thing. I want to honor the U.S. Air Force. After tech school, also, so jumbled, but also that week of him transitioning from basic to tech school, I didn't really get to talk to him, and he called me a lot of times on payphones. Sometimes I couldn't barely hear him. It sucked, but we had to get through it. And sometimes I was in church and he called me, and I was like, oh, I gotta get out of the service. So I had to go and like be in the hallway and talk to him while I was at church, which you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So had to do that, and he finally got more freedom, with being in tech school. He got to talk to me and FaceTime me more, and got Wi-Fi and all that jazz. So also, he couldn't go off base for like 30 days with that transitioning thing going on. Just like going into tech school, he couldn't go off base until after 30 days. So that's a little random tip. So after tech school and everything, he came home. And the night that he came home was our rehearsal, wedding rehearsal. And so I went outside, and we had our wedding at a church, and it was gorgeous, and I'm just so blessed that we got to have it there. So I walked outside and I saw him. He was in his uniform, looking sexy as ever, and I ran up to him and I jumped on him, wrapped my legs around him, hugged him, and kissed him, and I just started crying, because all that time many months, I finally got to see him. I mean, like I said, I got to see him for 3 days. I mean, seeing him for those 3 days out of all those months it wasn't much. So finally getting to see him after all that time was such a blessing. And like I said, it's temporary, so that's what you gotta think about. And so we had rehearsals and our music was playing, and one point I just started bawling my eyes because I realized, like, wow, this is actually happening. I'm marrying the one God longed for me to have. Finally, like, this is the moment that I've always wanted. Someone that loved me no matter what, no matter how bad we fight, no matter the attitudes, you know, the impatient times, no matter what goes on, you know. Jacob was that person that I always wanted, and I'm so blessed to say that he had everything and way past what I wanted in the standards of a husband. And I never thought that would actually happen. It's such a blessing, and I promise you, if you're out there and you're desperate and you've been through all these relationships and none of them are what you really, really, truly want in your heart, just wait. Pray to God. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Just wait. It is so amazing to know that there is actually someone out there for you, and only you, that has everything you want and way more, because I never expected it to happen. But God blessed me with something I do not deserve, and I'm just props to Jesus, because man, I would not have had Jacob if it wasn't for him. So yeah, I'm so happy. Gosh. And so the day after our rehearsals, it was time. It was literally the day of the wedding. Crazy. I was nervous, and I actually helped decorate my wedding. So really chaotic, because we didn't know exactly what was gonna go down. Like, I had some pieces that I wanted to be hung, and it was really, it was crazy, because I was running all over the place, decorating here and there, and I looked like a hot mess. Also, like 2 days before, 2-3 days before, I think 2 days before my wedding, I literally waxed my upper lip and between my brows, and it pulled the skin off. So I was scared to death also, because I had skin gone like there, and thank God I covered it up. But it was awful, but we got through it. So yeah, I had a lot of help. Me and Jacob did a ton of help from his family, my family, and just everybody, and family, friends, and I just cannot thank them enough. It wouldn't have been possible without them at all, like, no way. So if you're watching, I just want to say that we love you so much, and we appreciate you more than you will ever know, and we're so thankful to have you in our lives. And yeah, so also, after I got through decorating and everything, Jacob wasn't at the church yet, so I was finally done decorating, and I went back to where I was going to get ready, and I started getting ready and did my hair, put my flower crown on, and I was like, gosh, like, this is it. And then everybody started coming back to where I was, like my mom's mom and dad, and Caitlin's boyfriend Jake was taking pictures of me, and it was happening. I had my bouquet in my hand, and then everybody was starting to line up after all of that. It was crazy. It was happening so fast. Like, that day went by so fast, and I'm so glad it did, because, you know, waiting for things to happen is just so nerve-wracking. So you're just like, come on, hurry, and, you know, make it happen. So yeah, after it all went down, I was walking down the aisle with my dad, and I was so nervous. It was awful, and I did not smile, really. because whenever I smile, like, okay, I've done beauty pageants before, and I just don't like them, man. Like, I'll be, like, smiling, and I'll just get so nervous when I smile, like, no. So I was not going to smile because I knew that my smile would be like, yeah. So I was just like, and then Jacob looked at me, like, I was looking at Jacob, and he's kind of smiling at me because he thought I was mad, because he told me after the wedding was over with, he's like, I thought you were mad. No, I was not mad. I was so scared because I didn't want to smile. And so when he smiled at me, I went like this. Like, I literally went like, and looked down. Like, there's this video of it, and I hate it. It's so embarrassing. So, yeah, so nerve-wracking, but I'm going to go into all the details of, you know, all of the planning and stuff. So, had a lot of help from Jacob's family, my family, like I said. They helped with the wedding shower, and I got so many gifts, and it was it was so amazing. So if you got me a gift or sent me something, I just want to say thank you. It helped more than you will know. Oh my gosh, like, I didn't realize how much stuff I actually needed. Like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So, I'm going to be saying crazy, oh my gosh, wow, a ton probably. Wow. So, yeah, the wedding shower was pretty fun. I wasn't expecting to get that much, so thank you to everybody who got me something for me and Jacob. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. So my wedding shower was November the 12th, and that was like a few days after my birthday. I turned 18 November 8th of 2016. So our wedding shower was November 12th of 2016. Then our wedding was December 4th of 2016. And it flew by. Crazy. It was like, wow. So, if you're thinking about getting married young, you truly have to think about it. Do you have the money? Do you have the help? The support? All these things, and I'm going to go into all the details of what things you need to be looking forward to and what you need to be thinking about. So first off, you need to find a venue. I mean, you need to have that locked down, set in stone where your venue is going to be, and then you need to have invitations. I sent wedding invitations and bridal invitations. So then you need to find someone to do your cake, your catering. What else? You need to find your dress. You need to find his tux, or if he's in the Air Force, he can wear his Blues uniform. I mean, there's a lot to think about. You need to find your shoes. You need to get enough makeup, your eyelashes, I mean, all this stuff, and the decorations, if you're decorating it yourself, because we decorated it ourselves. His groom's cake. You need to, if you have bridesmaids, I only had a maid of honor, I had to get her dress, my sister. Yeah, like, oh yeah, and you gotta send thank you cards, like, there's a lot to do, and the invitations and the thank you cards, they're not much the thank you cards, but because it's more like the bridal cards, and the invitations take the longest, because you gotta write out your address, their address. You gotta put a stamp on it, you gotta lick it. I mean, it's a lot to do. And it might not seem like it. I was not thinking that it was gonna be that much, but it was a lot to do. And I was so nervous because I had to do it not by myself, but Jacob wasn't with me, so I felt kind of empty because I always want him there with me and to help. Duh. But he wasn't, so I had to do that, you know, with his family and my family, which was totally okay. But, you know, you always want to have your baby right there with you. So, yeah. So the wedding was nerve-wracking. The whole wedding process, planning and everything, was very stressful because certain things just didn't add up the right way, and then we'd have to figure out something, which was okay. Everything turned out to be completely perfect, which is great. And my marriage advice, I would just say that don't hold grudges, forgive easily, and talk it out. You need to learn to communicate. The little things, the little bickering and fights and little attitudes here and there, it does not mean much. Don't take it to heart. Literally, I mean, we're humans. We're gonna fight at some point. We're not always gonna agree on things. So don't let it get to you. I mean, it's love. So yeah, don't hold grudges. Be like, oh, you get my nerves, I'm gonna talk to you. Just get over it. Get over it. It doesn't matter in the end, the little stuff. So, like, the little stuff as in fighting and stuff. Like, the little things, like, Jacob will open the door for me and stuff. That is a lot. Like, the little stuff like that does count. So, yeah. Just be patient if you are watching this video and you're about to see a special person in your life go off into the military, whether that be the Air Force, the Army, etc. Just know that the time away from them is temporary, and if you really love them, you can do it, because true love will wait. And no matter how long it will take, if you really truly love them unconditionally, you'll do it. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And that's when Jacob, I knew from the very start, because he was in JROTC throughout high school, like all the years, and like I knew what I was getting into. And so that sounds bad, like I knew what I was getting into, like it's a big deal. No, it's not a big deal. I'm just saying, like, in the past, I never thought I would marry someone in the military, because I was like, what if they deploy? I'll never see them. Like, that's not a relationship. When you have someone come along that just changes your life, you'll change your mind. So I completely thought differently after I met Jacob, because I knew that he was perfect for me. He was perfect. Oh my gosh. So once he came along, I knew that he was, going to go in the Air Force. Like, I knew it. And it was kind of scary, because I've never had that happen, them go away for so long. And I know that a deployment can be longer, and I'm willing, obviously. I married him, and I'm gonna be there by his side no matter the distance or not, like I've always said. Yes, it'll be sad. Yes, it'll be very boring at times, because I have no friends, and I don't really care to have friends, because they will stab you in the back. So, but all I need is God and Jacob and my family and his family and family friends. That's all I need, and I'll be just fine. But just keep that in mind, like, if they go off, do something you love. Like, I like makeup. I used to have a bigger passion about it, but I still do it. So just do something you love. I watch YouTube videos about things I love. I like fashion, I like skincare and all that jazz. So find something you like. If you like drawing or coloring, do that. Find something you love. I'm sure you will. It's easy, so. It's not really that hard. People make it a big deal, like, oh my god, like, he's leaving. Like, yes, it's a big deal. Like, I mean, it is and it's not. Like, he's leaving and it's sad, but it's gonna be temporary, and it's gonna be worth it in the end to see your airmen come home. And so it was so exciting. And I remember at basic, being there and watching all of that was legit. It was legit, like it was actually happening. The coin ceremony and everything, and graduating and lining up and walking professionally and them all together. It was legit, like I said. and tapping on him like they couldn't move until you found them and tapped on them. And tapping on him was the most awesomest thing I could have ever done, because seeing him, oh, it was crazy. It was so awesome. And if you really love someone, just wait. And if you can't wait, you don't love them. I mean, that's just simple. Like, if you can't wait, you honestly don't love them enough to just be patient and wait and be faithful to them and be there for them. It's not that hard as what people say it is. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say today. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want any more type of videos like this, please let me know. I'll be glad to do this. This is just chilled out and I love it. So just let me know. Comment down below what kind of video ideas you want me to do, and I'll totally think about it because somebody gave me this idea to do this video. So I'll take it into consideration, definitely, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be so thankful. You will not regret it. Have a blessed day and a happy new year. Bye, guys. So everything was great.